I love me some Bumbles. Bumbles gave me the trivia question for today. He also sent me some clippings from a game back on, now I think the paper comes out September 21st, 1973, which means I feel the game should have been played September 20th. And it was a 4-3 game that he saw that he was a fan of. Oh, and Josh is here. So Josh is here. All right, so he's here. Okay. And 4-3 game that Bumbles 73 season, and they only had 9 games left in the season. At that point, the Mets were 76-77, half a game behind the Pirates, who were 75-75. The Mets end up winning the pennant at 82-79. Imagine that, and beat the Reds in the NLCS, and then lost to the A's, who were on a 3-year run, the second of 3 years in a row, winning the World Series. They lost in 7 games, and they outscored the A's 24-21 in that 7-game series. Now, Bumbles says he went to a 2-0 World Series game with John Matlack, who did not pitch. But Jerry Koosman pitched Game 4, a 2-0 shutout. He said he went to one of them. He was upstairs with his dad, freezing his ass off, but he watched the whole goddamn game. So he sends me clippings yesterday. They won this game 4-3, tied game, man on second. Pirate hits the ball off the left field wall, inches from going out. Ball pops directly into the left fielder's glove, who throws it to Garrett, the third baseman, who throws running around at the plate. They end up winning. And hey, Gumbo Chef has joined us today. Gumbo Chef, workout today, here now. He is a chef extraordinaire, and he's also got a green thumb. So Bumble sends me all that, and I was like, you know what? I said, well, who's your favorite player? Of course, he said it was Seaver, and he said, well, who's your favorite player growing up? I go, it was Louisiana Lightning. Ron Guidry, Gator, from Lafayette, Louisiana, the hometown of one Gumbo Chef. But yeah, he said that play stayed with him. That was something that resonated him with as a kid, and that play, that win, propelled them. He said they were in last place as of August 31st. And Yogi Berra was the manager, and they ended up getting, from Lafayette, yes. And Gene Tennis and Joe Rudy killed us. He said Ron Hodges was also a favorite player, backup catcher, cool on Connor's corner. He was a big hayseed. And, I said, what, let's start off the show talking about this, because I thought it was kind of interesting. He's a big Met fan. He's a little older than me. I guess we're 8 years apart. It doesn't really matter, right? 7 years apart? I don't know. Yeah. And he says he remembers that distinctly that year. And, they went to the World Series. And he sent me the clippings. And I was like, well, he said it's guys talk about that game, how that play. And I said, he compared it to the Jeter play. I said, that was in the playoffs. And if he had slid, they wouldn't have got out. They would have beat the A's that playoff game. But he said, it did propel them. They ended up going to the World Series that year. I mean, think about it. The Mets have been to 4 World Series, and they are 2-2, right? Yeah, 2-2. But they've won a championship since '86. Haven't been to a World Series since 2000. It's a drought. It's a drought. Look, the Yankees are going in over a decade. Haven't even been to a World Series. What are we talking about? We're about to go 14 years. No World Series. Not even a taste. They're not even making the playoffs right now. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. And, I saw a great thing on James Dolan. James Dolan. The best way to get money is, what was it in the Justice League movie? He said, Batman, how do you have all, what's your superpower? He goes, I'm rich. Because he can get all the toys. I'm rich. James Dolan, I'm rich. Yeah, you are rich. And the douchebag, I can't stand him. Yeah, he inherited it. I don't really like owning teams. Yeah, really. I don't really like owning teams. Owns the Knicks and the Rangers. 60-year-old told the Times that they're near and dear to my heart, but he's turned off by the economics involved in ownership, calling it kind of sleepy. He's passing adding a professional baseball or soccer team to his portfolio, but he's opened up the Sphere in Vegas, which looks amazing. I would love him to trade, to sell the team, but that's not going to happen. He says basically every fan thinks of themselves as the owner, general manager. Well, you suck. And he's had people thrown out of the games. He had the Charles Oakley thrown out of the state, thrown out of MSG. I mean, Isaiah Thomas. All the sexual harassment they had to pay off all those people. He's got so much goddamn money, he doesn't even give a shit. And he says, yeah, I'm not really, don't like the economics. Don't really like owning teams. Well, I'm sorry. It's so tough on you, James. And here's the smallest. You hear that? I'm hitting my who gives a shit button. And here I am. I'm playing the smallest violin for shut the fuck up. Stop complaining. You whiny little bitch. That's what you're, a whiny. We don't like whiners. Stop whining. I can't, especially a guy who's disgustingly rich and he has a band. He's been on some of the TV shows with his band. Yeah, you're really talented. Yeah. I have a band. I'm a billionaire. I have a band. Yeah, it's my passion, music. Yeah, I can put out albums because I have billions of dollars, but nobody listens to them except me. I'm so great. I'm bored of owning teams. Everybody thinks every fan thinks they're the owner. Think they know everything. Well, you don't. And it shows with the teams not winning shit in a long time. 1994, Knicks 73. Come on. It's been a long time, folks. Long time. And Percy Harvin said he was high in every game he played in the NFL. High every game. Now, I knew a guy named Nick DeShtick, may he rest in peace, and he used to get high before he lifted weights. And I tried it, and it was not a good experience for me because I just wanted to eat. I didn't want to lift weights. But for him, it worked. Now, maybe it worked for Percy Harvin. For me, I just want to I'd think about going get some beignets. I'd think about going to a buffet, and I'd think about breakfast foods. I don't know if I'd be playing football. I maybe try to eat the football. But I saw that. I was like, high every single game. I don't think it locks me in. It didn't lock me in. If anything, I zoned out or I'd hear a song forever. Everybody's different. But I saw that. I was like, Jesus. So Burrow might not play. Feeling better, but he could miss Monday night's game against they're playing the Rams Monday night? Who are the Bengals playing Monday night? NFL schedule this week. That's what I wanted to see. NFL schedule. We got the Giants tonight. No Saquon, no Thomas, no leading tackler. Yeah, that could be ugly. That could be very ugly. Cam Akers is now a Viking. We're talking to Gumbo Chef about that because now he's got Madison in his fantasy. And is that the guy you keep? Or is Akers going to get more carries than him? And that affects a lot of people. I got rid of Dalvin Cook. I was trying to get that kid from the Rams, Kieran Williams. Did not happen. And the Rams are at the Bengals. He might not play, so that's he might be out. Richardson, concussion protocol. Gardner Minshew, they think is going to start against the Ravens. Good for my defense. I have Ravens in my defense. Waddle and Salvin Ahmed groin. Concussion, Waddle, Ahmed groin. That means that Devon Achane from Texas A&M could be getting a lot of carries. Justice Hill, that's for the Dolphins. Ravens, Justice Hill, and Odell Beckham Jr. are among 8 Ravens starters not practice. Seems like OBJ said, this is going to be the season I'm going to make change. Yeah, okay, sure thing, buddy. Yeah. And now we hear you're dating Kim Kardashian, who's now on the newest season of American Horror Story. She's an actress now. She's a lesbian. It's amazing. As long as you have a couple millions upon millions of social media followers, they'll put you on anything. She's not an actress. Never was an actress. But God bless her. God bless her. So Justice Hill foot, Beckham, 8 starters not practicing for the Ravens. If Hill can't start, they'll rely on Gus Edwards and Melvin Gordon, Mr. Fumbler. Mr. Been everywhere the last couple of years. Eckler being held out of practice. Joey Bosa got in a limited session. Bosa seems like he's hurt all the time. Aaron Jones hurt for the Packers. Christian Watson, hamstrings yet to play this season, was listed as limited. That can't be good for them. I talked to Dave as I was walking in. I said, Dave, who do you like tonight? Niners. Big time. Big time. Double digits. Saquon out with an ankle. Left tackle Andrew Thomas, hamstring ruled out. The Niners have trailed for a total of 105 seconds this season. That's not a lot. They rank 4th in yards per game, 378, and tied for 3rd in most points with 32 games. Giants are allowing the most points in the league, 34 per game, and they were down 20-0 against the Cardinals. 20-0 against the Niners is not going to be good for them. It looks like Matt Breida, Gary Brightwell, and rookie Eric Gray will be running the ball for the Giants. So if you have any of those guys, maybe they'll have a good day and you'll be very excited. If not, you're shit out of luck. Brendan Ayuk is a game-time decision for Brock Purdy. Wan'Dale Robinson is going to make a season debut, they're saying. Tore his ACL early last season.